Just got to go on the road, play a tough Marshall team. They got us last year. It's kind of a, same thing week in and week out. It's kind of funny how it's working. They've really good skill guys. Their wideouts are really good, and their defensive front's really good. So they make it tough to run the ball, which we like to do. It's kind of been the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's been the theme, and their skill guys, their two wideouts are extremely talented. Coach Adkins doing a good job with their offensive line. This will be a tough challenge for us to go on the road, conference game. Everybody's playing for a lot. They are, we are. So it should be a really good game, a tough challenge, and one I think that our guys are looking forward to. So their history, what they've done over the years speaks for itself. Their record's really good and have just had years of a lot of winning football. So it's a tough environment, tough place to play. So we know what lies ahead of us, and we have to have a great week of preparation as we go on the road and take on Marshall. Well, you play for postseason play, and that's what we're playing for, and that's why we come to work every day. And and the guys have done a good job up to this point, and we challenged them last February to make November mean something, and it means something. And obviously Marshall's got a long history of going to bowl games, and so that's the reason we're playing and why we go out and work extremely hard. So it's an important game. Well, I think every week it's been, our guys have done a good job preparing. They did last week, practiced extremely hard, got ready to play the game, went in a tough environment, and did some good things. We came up a little short, but you understand that when you go on the road and you play against good football teams, your preparation has to be at the highest level. So you have to have the best Tuesday you've had so far. It's the one we got in front of us. So we need to have a great Tuesday and handle today to have a chance to have success on Saturday and playing against a good football team. And our guys have done a good job of that. They've really done a nice job of preparing each week and getting ready to play a game.
I would say that, it's just a big confidence thing. We got a couple wins early in the season, and that'll do a lot for your confidence. And like a week like last week, we're playing a big SEC team. The way we played, we were competing with them, and you gain confidence from that. We fell short, which hurts, but some stuff you learn from that you can take on for the rest of the season, and your confidence should be up knowing that you can compete with a lot of the teams in the country.
Right. I think, like you said, we definitely have to win one on the road, and that really comes down to how we prepare throughout the week, and then how we handle ourselves on the road. And I think we've done a great job the last few times we've traveled and really locking in, staying focused. We have a lot of guys who are new to traveling and all that kind of stuff. So, the older guys really stepped up, and we've kind of learned as a team how to travel together and really stay locked in to what we need to do to win those games. So I think the biggest thing for us is really just the week before for preparation, because we feel comfortable when we're at home, and not having a road win up to this point is kind of, you can think about it, but at the end of the day, you go out there and you play ball wherever it is. So I think the confidence level is pretty high going into this one.
A big thing that's been for us the past few weeks is just hurting ourselves with a couple first down, second down penalties, get behind the sticks, and then, you got a third and medium, third and long. It's hard to convert, so it's just really just with us preparing, making sure everyone's listening, we're locked in, and reduce those penalties to, put yourself in the best position to move the chains and get down and put some points on the board.
I think, our defense, we've been extremely confident this year, and every week we get better as a team. Something Coach Spencer tells us is, don't drink the poison. And what that means is basically people are going to tell you, oh, you guys did good against Tennessee. Tennessee's O-line was, we got teams in Conference USA with great O-lines as well. So, we just have to keep on doing what we know how to do and not get too overconfident and just know that we still have a lot of work to do. Right. No, I think the guys are doing a great job. Alex Highsmith, obviously, he got Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week this past week. He played his heart out this past week. Timmy Horn, Tyler Fain, all those guys up front are really doing a great job. Tyreek's doing a great job as well. And they're really the heartbeat of the defense. It all starts up front, and when they can't run the ball, they have a hard time getting yards.
Yeah, it's really the front you're playing against. That's been that's how I started this press conference. It's, each week and this one, I don't know if Marshall's allowed one run over 20 yards, maybe one. They're right there with us every stat defensively from a run defense standpoint, and they're very talented up front, and that's been the issue, I think, is, our guys, we don't have any margin for error because of who we're playing against, whether it's Tennessee or Southern Mississippi. You play defense in Southern Mississippi they're right there with us in stats. You look back at UAB, they might be leading the world in defense right now. They don't let anybody in the end zone. So it's really a function of who you're playing against, and so your margin for error is not very big, and you can't make mistakes. And we got to, take care of the ball, and we've done a pretty good job of that. But we got to find ways to be creative in the run game, and then put Evan in a position, when we throw the ball that you got a chance, because these defensive fronts, like you're trying to run the ball, they're good against the run, but then when you get in a throwing situation athletically, they're aggressive defenses, and so you got to get the ball out of your hand, and that's been a little bit rough on our quarterbacks because you're playing against good people, and it'll be no different this week. This defensive front's pretty good. Yeah, it kind of takes on a different turn for us personally. We've got 3 players on our current team. Their dads played for us at Marshall, with Dylan Ratliff and Cody Bartram. His dad played in the league for a long time. He played for us at Marshall. And then Caleb Parker, I was making fun of him the other day. His dad, Chris Parker, was at one point, I don't know if he still is, the leading rusher in school history at Marshall. Chris was a great tailback for us, won a lot of games. And I was giving Caleb a hard time the other day because at halftime I want to call him Chris because he runs just like his dad. So it's been pretty cool from that standpoint. But it's always, an emotional trip for us, obviously, because of, my wife went to school there. I met her there. A lot of ties to that place. Doc's been really good to me over the years, wherever I've been in my career. And now Coach Atkins, left us and went back there, so we got to look at that knucklehead. But so there's just a lot of ties to that school and a lot of good memories there and a lot of good, alumni from that university that we've stayed in touch with over the years. And so it's always it's an emotional day to go back here and play for sure.